Guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. In the past 2 days I've been covering all the allegations coming out against Zillakami, and basically it's been a little bit confusing because we had the initial allegations come out. I was able to kind of put that together, make a video, and then while I was making that video more stuff came out, as always is the case it seems, and now there's more stuff coming out, like even more on top of that. So basically, so I don't get confused, I want to look at this Megathread that the Zillakami subreddit has posted because, well, you know, they did the work, they put in everything that's basically gone down so far, so it should be the entire situation right here. So I want to give a big shout out to the Zillakami subreddit for doing this because, you know, I don't think anybody else could take the time and effort to really compile everything so far. So this is going to be some old information from the first video and probably the second as well, but there's going to be some new stuff here because there's new victims that have come out since I made those last 2 videos. But without further ado, let's just get into it. So I know most of y'all have heard about the allegations made against Zilla. I will be breaking them down and compiling them into one post. So on July 10th, 2024, Twitter user by Decky posted a series of posts accusing Zilla of and domestic. Okay. Chat, he's cooked. So this is what I posted about in the first video. Basically, this girl came out, said she was in a bad relationship with Zilla, and she said that they were basically arguing, and she had something really bad on him, that he was dating an underage girl at a certain point named Sleazy Skiz, who has been the main victim that's really been coming out. This Decky girl, a lot of people thought she was just kind of in a manic state, so they didn't take a lot of what she had to say very seriously. But with the second girl, she said, hey, I never wanted to come out against Zilla, but now I've been forced to. I'm going to say my piece. And at first, she was kind of not saying a whole lot, just trying to put it behind her. But once things started to get more intense, she kept ramping up because a lot of fans have been coming out against her. So we've got the first allegations here where basically, you know, she's talking about all this stuff that has to do with Zilla, but basically telling the other girl's story, being Sleazy Skiz, okay? So this girl's not underage, or she wasn't underage during the time they were dating. Okay. The second had dated for an unknown amount of time. Decky made allegations against Zilla on behalf of Instagram user Sleazy Skiz using a fake screenshot. So yeah, apparently those screenshots originally were fake, but the story was true. So I don't know if she doctored it, not sure where the screenshot came from, but let's take a look at it. So here's the fake screenshot. I didn't initially see this. Yes, he was fully aware at the time. He invited me to an apartment somewhere in New York. I was about to turn 16. I think he lives there with Sos Mula or whatever. I asked that you keep me out of this though because I have a boyfriend and don't want him to get into any trouble legally. I have a boyfriend, I don't want it to get into any trouble legally. If that's where you're taking it, I apologize if this happened to you and everything he's done. He's a terrible person and there's countless stories. So this is fake basically, but supposedly it actually did happen. And then they got it cut kind of weird. I am protecting all as evidence for your continued harassment and trying to silence me. Show me any bit of real evidence then. I am protecting her too, but this is fake. So this Decky girl, kind of, you know, not a super reliable person to look to when it comes to this. If she's going to fake screenshots, like the story may be true, but at the same time, fake screenshots are only going to muddy the water. If you get involved, I'll make sure you're a part of the reason we both get restitution, okay? And then it says edit it. Does this look like somebody who needs to lie? So I'm not sure if all of this is fake. I'm not sure where this conversation is coming from. Does this look like somebody who needs to lie? Okay, let's see what else he has to say. Maybe he'll explain it. So yeah, I guess that was all kind of fake screenshots. I'm not sure if that was between Zilla and her or her and another victim, but right now that's how it initially came out. People thought they were kind of clear because screenshot was faked, no problem. Until on July 11, 2024, Sleazy Skiz came out and said that she was upset with Decky putting her on blast and that she didn't want to talk about the situation, which I also covered here. Basically said, I want to address the rumors going on involving my identity. Somebody posted a fabricated screenshot of me saying I was involved with Zillakami when I was 16. The screenshot is fake, but there is truth to the story. I've left this part of my life in the past, and I want to keep it that way. But now I feel like I must say something as the story has gone out. But as the story has gone out without my consent, and I want to tell my story on my own terms. So she was basically forced to do this, but she says the screenshot was fake, but the story is true. I was 14 when Zillakami first reached out to me via DM. He was fully aware of my age. I was honest about it when we hung out. The first time nothing happened, but he did give me shrooms, and I was starting to have a bad trip. He sent me in a car home. The second time we hung out, I was 15. This time we engaged in intercourse. I had a lot of respect for him and the artistry back then, but after that time, I didn't see him the same way. After that, this is super small. We engaged artists back then. I didn't hear from him again until months later when he messaged me again. I had just started talking to somebody who is now my ex. He asked to hang out. I said we could, but I wouldn't be like last time because there was someone I was trying to be serious with, my ex. After that, I told him that he stopped. After I told him that, he stopped messaging me and we didn't talk ever again. Okay. One day when I was looking through my DMs, I realized the messages with Zillakami disappeared. I think he must have deleted them from his end. When I realized I no longer had the DMs of our conversation, I realized there was no tangible proof of us ever meeting. This is why I never felt like I could tell my story, because now I know how the internet is. Especially to victims that involve an artist, lots of people praise. When there's no proof, people find it hard to believe the victim. I'm usually very hard on myself, and I acknowledge that I could have been smarter and made better choices and avoided that situation altogether. But I also reminded myself that I was a kid and he was the adult. He should have done better. I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger, and I still make mistakes now, but every day I'm working on progressing and improving myself to better my life. I don't want what happened to me to define me, and I don't want to gloss over any of the progress I've achieved till now. I've addressed this with the person that posted the fake screenshots of me talking about Zillakami, but going forward, I hope people can be more respectful and not post things without people's consent. You're not doing anyone any favors by leaking their stories. It's been emotionally exhausting for me to find out that this has been going on while I was at work and they were posting about me, making me feel like I was forced to speak out on something that I tried to leave in the past. I ask that people don't message me about this anymore because I just want to move on. I don't condone anyone's actions other than my own. I'll be clear, what happened wasn't okay. I made my peace with it because it's my right to do so. My past doesn't define me. I'm allowed to move on. Thank you, Shah. Pretty good altogether, because after all, like she said, she didn't really want to have to tell her story, but she didn't want people to start coming after her because another girl decided to share it for her. But of course, then everybody started coming out against her, saying you're a liar, trying to defend Zilla. So she decided to go find the messages between her and Zilla, basically, because, you know, what would you do in this situation if you try to tell your story and be like, yeah, this happened, but I want to move on, and then everyone's like, you're lying, it's fake? You probably want to find proof. So she tried to find proof, but Zilla deleted a lot of messages. You go to school anyways, that's something. Lol. Anytime, but I won't be like last time I have a boyfriend. So this is her talking about how last time they hooked up, you know. Thank you. Do you still do shrooms? Yes, I do. And then they're talking about watching anime together. So that gives some more context to this screenshot. Basically, she's saying before this point they met up. She now has a boyfriend and she doesn't want to hook up again. He then says, okay, let's hang out. But then he leaves her on red and deletes a bunch of his messages to try to cover it up. Okay, so she was Becky putting her on blast, and she didn't want to talk about the situation. Along with the statement, she posted screenshots and screen recordings of her interacting with Zilla in 2020, which also showed that he had her blocked. Okay. So we got a screen recording here. There we go. Oh, play the full thing. And then try to pause it. Okay. Make sure that it's actually him. He blocked her, but she can still look at the messages. Okay. So this is just her showing. Okay. So he blocked her. So they did have some sort of interaction, is what this is basically saying. Up next, these DMs don't prove much though, especially since half of Zilla's messages were deleted and no one knows what she said. They're now gone. She posted her final statement on the situation on the 13th, which was yesterday, I believe. So yeah, that's basically what I said too. Like, it seemed a little sketchy with the messages, but with him deleting everything, you can't really tell like what they're actually talking about. But let's see what she said. Oh, this is hard to read. My final message. I know recent events have been a lot to take in, and I just want to thank everyone who has shown support and empathy. I know it's hard to believe everything you see on the internet, but I've always tried to be as genuine and truthful as I can be. This is my truth, and I came up with my story because I was put in a spot where I either had to lie, deny, or speak and tell the truth. If legal action is being taken and I am reached out to, I will be fully prepared to speak out again. There is only the truth, and I will provide it in a legal setting if I have to. I will not halt my life and my plans out of spite. Oh my god, sorry, it's on white. It's white on white text. I will not halt my life and my plans in spite of what I was pushed to do. People asked me for the truth. I gave it to them. They asked me for proof. I provided. I never brought this to light to begin with. I've already made my peace with it, as I've already mentioned. Okay, sorry. She said, she never brought it to light to begin with. I've already made my peace with it, as I've already mentioned. And to those who have gone through similar situations, I hope that you all find peace and strength to speak up for yourselves as well, if you have to. I don't want my experience and the hate to scare anyone going through similar circumstances. There will be hate no matter what. We can't control others, but we can control our actions. The world will always be ugly, but you can still make it beautiful, Shy. So this is actually a pretty well put together message, and it is true. She was put in a spot where she had no choice but to speak out. I feel like that adds a little bit of credence to it, because it's like, why would one girl set the other girl up to talk about it if something actually hadn't went down? And she probably told her this all in private, like, hey, I had a situation with Zillakami that was really messed up. And then she had to speak about it, I guess. But I don't know, let's continue onwards, because that's basically up to the point that I covered in the first two videos. Now we have new stuff. Hopefully you guys are understanding, and I'm reading this in a realistic way, like I said, trying to get better at going off the cuff. Anyways, no, since Zilla messages were late, no one knows before they're gone. Also on July 11th, 2024, another user showed screenshots of Zilla following them in 2020 and DMing them. Okay, so I haven't seen this yet. So this is another victim, supposedly. Okay. Zillakami started following you. Alright. I ain't know a hot model followed me. I would have followed before. Huh? Cowboy hat. Zilla likes his cowboy hats, apparently. Okay, so this is where I kind of mixed it up. So Sleazy Skiz was somebody else, and this is a different person. Okay, so that's why people are getting confused about the ages, because there was two girls that came out right around the same time. So Sleazy Skiz only really talked about stuff on her story and put out a few things, and this is completely different. Okay. Dude, huge fan of you for real. Your music helps get me through. How old are you? I'm 17, bro. I'm turning 18 next month. Okay, so this is the one where he's like 20 and she's 17. Okay, so I got these two mixed up in my other video. I thought these were all from the same girl, but now I understand it's a separate person. So that other girl was still young at the time, according to her. People are trying to debate her age right now, but turning 18 next month. Okay. Sorry, bro. 1 month, cowboy hat. Not gonna lie, I fell asleep because your memes were so weak. Okay. How old was Zillakami in 2020? That's kind of funny. I think I put that in my video too. Driver's license, so she proves how old she was. This one I want to say, like, I know some people might get 3 years, a 3-year age gap. He's about 20 and a half. She's about to turn 18. I know technically she's 1 month under 17, so he probably shouldn't have really messed with that. But like, around 3-year age gap, like, you know, a little bit less, isn't that weird to me? It's not a super huge deal, I don't think. I think once you start getting to 4, but I know a lot of people are going to say it's under 17, so it's illegal. But by that logic, he's in New York, so if we're going to go by the laws, I think in New York, I think 17 is legal. Anyways, I'm not trying to justify it. I'm just saying that my own morals, like 2 to 3 year age gap, it's weird. It's a little creepy, but I wouldn't say it's like it's horrendous. It's evil. Like once you start to get to 4 and 5, like yeah, if he's 20 messing with a 16-year-old, definitely weird. But if he's 20 messing with somebody who's about to be 18, it's not that big of a deal, I don't feel like. But some people might feel differently. The user took the screenshot, said they were 17, almost 18 at the time of the screenshot. Zilla was 22 at the time. When Zilla was informed of the user's age, she said 1 month. No, I don't think this happened in 2020, so I don't think Zilla was 22. He was 20, right? You just showed it, and he was born in 1998, I believe, in September. About 21 years old. September 20th, 1999. So in 2020, he would be 20 years old. He would, because it happened in February, so he was 20. So he wasn't 20. He wasn't 22. Just want to get that. He wasn't 22 at the time if this happened in 2020. After that, another person who had come forward saying there was inappropriate messages between them, and at the time, 21-year-old Zilla, with screenshots and screen recording proof. Also claiming they used to FaceTime and that Zilla was asking her to come to the nearest show for them to meet up. Okay, let's see about this one. So this happened... What? Watching these stories unfold and how the women are being treated, it's really disheartening, so I feel like I need to share my own proof. When I was 17, I first met him in 2019. We talked from 2019 to 2022, including FaceTime calls. I was transparent with the fact that I was underage and still in high school as shown in these messages. He continuously begged me to come see him and the show near me. If anyone needs more proof, I can screen record the whole DM exchange, as this is more surface level. Most of the DMs are very and I was never going to share any of them, especially with those women being harassed, but it's unfair to Zillakami to pretend as if he never did anything wrong. Okay, so this is in 2019, so keep in mind, I just want to make sure all the ages are good. In 2019, he would be December 4th, so he would still be 20, yeah, just let me, yeah, he would still be 20, okay, right, yeah, shut up. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. K. Good morning. Passed my science test. Got 2 of my math tests done. Have fun taking tests and congrats. I give you a kiss, but misery. I have passed 2-5 tests. Then when I finish, I graduate. Never have to go back. Okay, watching these stories full and being treated is really disheartening. So she was 17 when they first met in 2019, and he was 20. So once again... But she's in school, so I get that that's kind of strange. I mean, I personally probably wouldn't be messaging anybody in school at this point, but I'll give you one when you graduate. Cuties, huh? That's my sock. Story's gone, so we can't see what they're talking about. You got me. Wow. Guess I'll... Okay. Oh my god, I'm dying. Dying how? Okay, your face getting... Thank you. No problem. Okay, I miss you. Definitely weird messages. Creepy. But, you know... That's what it's going to be in these types of messages. You know, sexual messages are going to be like that. Pardon N-word. Shut the hell up. Tell me why there was a cat in the school bathroom. Fire. Give it a kiss. I'll give you a kiss. I'll give you a kiss and some more. Cat. Really? Yes. I kiss you and lick you and you. Mine. I claim that. Me when you're on your period. Okay. I'm just going to look this up right now. I'm going to be on an FBI watch list because of this. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure where she is, but I'm just saying that, like, 17 is, like, legal in New York. Because when I seen... I got to find the screenshots again. Did they go this way? Yeah. When I first saw these screenshots, I'm like, it's over. He's cooked. And I think everybody's taking these like, yeah, it's completely over. This all went down in 2019, so there was like a 3-year age gap. Like I said, it is weird. You shouldn't be talking to somebody in school at this point, but like criminal, I'm not sure if it's on that level. It's still up for people to make their own decision on it, don't get me wrong, but if this is the biggest proof, then, you know, but there's a lot of people coming out all at once, so I do understand it levels up on it. This is like literally me reacting to this right now, by the way. It's not to defend Zillakami. You know, at this point, I'm basically, it doesn't matter to me. I haven't listened to his music in quite a while. I'm just trying to make sure we get this concrete as possible because, like, it's always like 17, but it's like, if he was 20 at the time, just like freshly 20, I don't know. I guess you would have to see what state it was into. Okay. After that, another person come forward. Okay, is that the one I just seen? I replied, very explicit messages. Okay. In reply to this, another user came out with a screenshot of Zilla asking to meet up with her at a hotel without asking her age at all. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So there's 4 now. Oh, LOL, Grafton Hotel on Sunset. Okay, on my way. Okay, winky face. I'm here. Super, bro, you're fast. 2:30. I live kind of close. Sending. I tried commenting on the girl's post. I tried commenting on the girl who posted the screen recordings of her messages with him, but I guess since I never use Reddit, it won't let me. I debated posting these, but seeing as how he was talking to the girl in the screen recording when I was with him days after, I feel like I should meet with him at a hotel in 2019. I was not a minor, but I don't remember him asking my age. Okay, but like, I'm not trying to be like this, but like, I get he should ask for the age, but like, if you're not a minor, why does this matter? I guess it's just proving that he doesn't check and he's not very like careful with what he's doing. But maybe he just thought you looked a bit like, yeah, definitely. If you're an artist, you always gotta check for IDs and stuff. But I just feel like this is just not even really relevant to the situation. The poser was not a minor. Was irresponsible to try to. Yeah, okay. So like, I don't know. Like for the Megathread, I really thought that was gonna be like. I really am just waiting for that moment where it's like Zilla really is damned, and it's like, okay, he was talking to somebody in school, pretty creepy, but it seems like it's, I guess he's kind of on the edge of the law. And then there's somebody who is of age talking to him, being like, okay, well, he's not very safe with what he does. Like, I get the dude definitely seems like he was a little dangerous with what he's doing, because when you're an artist, you definitely got to be more careful and make sure that everything's above board. But it doesn't like the way that people are making it seem is like he's going out and he's seeking out young girls. But basically, I just got to see that if that girl really like some sort of proof where he really was coming after that 16-year-old girl. You know what I mean? Once again, I'm still more in the middle, but I'm just saying with like the level of, okay, Zilla's over. We just got to make sure that it's like concrete. There are a lot of people coming out with a lot of different stories, but there's no real like damning piece of evidence. Like, okay, he doesn't check IDs. He doesn't, you know what I mean? He talked to people on the edge of shit when he was like 20 years old. Like, I hate to say it, but there's a lot of guys that I went to school with too who were like 20, and they were still dating girls who were in school, you know what I mean? Because they started dating them when they were in high school. But yeah, I mean, I would say it's not looking good for Zilla. Just the sheer volume of stuff is going to start to make everybody think that it's over. And even people who are hitting me up defending him at first were like, okay, now that I see this, it looks like it's over. But I just want to say, like, keep parsing through. Like, as more stuff hits, as soon as we see that one thing that's like, okay, he was with a 16-year-old and he was talking to her in that way, or like anybody that's like younger than the age of consent, it's like, okay, well, it's over. It's done at that point. But I'm glad they put together the Megathread. It's got us everything we need so far to really look into the situation. But right now, I'm still undecided. Maybe people are going to look at it as I'm defending him, but I really just want to be fair on this type of shit. I don't put any stake in any artist anymore. I've seen this too many times with Rare and Poppy and everybody else. So I just want to make sure that if we're going to make these allegations, they're going to be damning, you know what I mean, before we damn them. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and like I said, I will do another follow-up. I don't want to make it seem like I'm just milking the situation, but I'm glad we got everything together, because I did mix up Sleazy Skiz with the other girl who was 17 at the time, who was like underage as well. I would really like to know the state of where that girl lives, so we could like understand that, because I know a lot of people lie about like they were in New York, because it's legal in New York. But anyways, with all that said, I think I do have one more picture that I want to show. So I'm just going to have to zoom in on this. You people are in denial. I used to be a fan of Zilla. He hit me up in 2022. I was 18 and had just graduated. Within a week of messaging me, he asked me if I wanted to marry him and gave me his number. Long story short, he would text me constantly, blowing my phone up, calling back to back sometimes. He wanted me to fly out to him, but I would only meet him in New York. Eventually, months later, I stayed with him in a hotel for a few days. So yeah, once again, he's like, you can see that he really is doing, like, this basically proves that he was doing weapons and ketamine, which is not good, but, also doesn't, let me see, hit me up in 2022. I was 18 and just graduated. So in 2022, Zilla would be like, almost, yeah. So at this point, it's like, okay, Zilla, you really got to stop like messing. He's just like kind of skirting on the line, which I feel like a lot of artists do. They just skirt on the line of these younger girls because they feel like they can, not take advantage of them, but just get with them. So yeah, Zilla definitely getting up to some borderline creepy stuff. But we really got to see. We really, really got to see something between him and a younger girl. But yeah, if you find this gross, which kind of is, I would totally understand that. Like, this is starting to get to the point that if actually it did happen in 2022, when he's like getting into his 20s and he's still messing with 18-year-olds, But lots of guys do it, unfortunately. This is the underground scene, and just in general, this is how people are. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna put this up tomorrow, and then got some new shit to talk about in the next couple days. But any more follow-ups, and I'll cover that as well. Alright, peace. Okay guys, so after I recorded that entire video, somebody messaged me from the Zillakami subreddit and basically told me that the age that Zillakami has online right now, saying he was born in 1999, isn't true. He was actually born in 1998. I have a video here proving that's the case.
Yeah, everybody's just gonna say 300. You guys fucked up. You didn't say 300.
I'm 19.
I don't know if you guys are ready to be real rappers yet. You didn't say.
Really intense ideas, and I'm. How old are you? Do you mind me asking?
I'm 21.
So you're 21. That's awesome. I love it, man. That's so cool.
And with that said, if he actually was 21 talking to a 17-year-old in that way, then it's definitely creepy. It's gone from creepy to full-on disgusting, honestly. And with that one added detail, it definitely becomes a lot harder to defend Zillakami, at least when it comes to me. I know some people will justify it because it is legal in New York, but I don't really care. A 4-year age gap at that age is definitely weird and creepy. So it looks like Zillakami might actually be cooked.